they didn't have the best week. They on Wednesday they took the loss at Sacramento, 123 to 117. Then they followed up on Thursday. They get the win at home against Chicago, 131 to 106. And then they go. Then they on Saturday they go on and lose to the Lakers, 118 to 108. They're currently one game under 500. They're 11th in the West. Upcoming schedule: all three games are at home. You got Tuesday against Utah, Wednesday against OKC, and then Friday against Phoenix.
So my favorite thing this week from the Warriors is the interviewer that told Steph Curry that Golden State is an alarming 1-20 when trailing after three quarters. And Steph said, "What?" And he made him repeat it because Steph was like, "We're 1 and what?" Yeah. Clearly you don't win games in 3 quarters. You win in the 4th quarter. But
right.
Steph Curry was amazed by that stat to know that when we trail by 3 quarters, we have never been able to come back and win a game outside of one time.
Yeah.
So,
it feels like that, honestly.
I was high on this post kid as our stretch big when we drafted him. But now we're kind of doing the thing that we did with our rookies last year. They're playing out of necessity. And they're balling out, but it's going to be the same thing, in my opinion, where everyone's going to be super excited. I was high on Gui Santos. I have mentioned it multiple times. I want him out there, but same thing's going to happen. They're going to ball out, guys. They're going to be great. They're fresh legs. And then there's a scattering report on them by the other teams. And all of a sudden, now they don't look so good anymore. And now you're like, oh, the world's falling, the sky's falling down.
They got some tape on them, yeah.
So it's fun now. I'm here for the ride. If we get a couple wins out of it, all for it, development. That's all, that's all we could do. Development.
Right now, just to get back into the play-in tournament, you got to start winning a lot more games than where they're at right now. They're a game under 500. So, they're basically a 500 team right now. That's kind of what they've been for, the last 2 months, It's just kind of been treading mediocrity at this point. And so you gotta this upcoming schedule. I don't think you're going to get the win against OKC. OKC's way too good. But you have to get the win against Utah, and Phoenix is a team that you're fighting with over. So you gotta get that win against Phoenix as well. And I just if you're going to turn it around, now's the time to turn it around. All-Star game's coming up soon too.
Speaking of Phoenix and making me think of Kevin Durant, did you guys see the clip for the new documentary coming out for the Olympics?
No.
They have Evan Fournier is playing with France, obviously, and he's on record saying like, "Oh, we're the best team because have team chemistry. We've been together for 10 plus years, and we've been playing together for 10 plus years. So like France is the most dominant team." And then Durant said, "Okay, so your chemistry going to help when you have to guard Steph Curry? Good luck."
Yeah. So just pulling up the standings real quick. The Suns are 2 games above 500. They're 23 and 21. So they're about a game and a half ahead of the Warriors in the standings as it stands right now. That's I'm just looking at these numbers. Last 10, the Warriors are 4-6. At home, they're 12 wins, 12 losses. Away, they're 10 wins, 11 losses.
Yeah.
The big part is they're 1-8 in the division. So when you're playing, the LA teams, when you're playing Phoenix and Sacramento, they are not getting those wins, and that's really killing them. That's almost more than anything. They're currently Sacramento is holding the 10 spot right now. They're 1 game up. Mavericks are like they have a couple of games extra played on top of the Suns, but they're statistically tied with the Suns for the 8 and the 9 seed. They're basically right there hand in hand. And Minnesota is just a half a game ahead of the Suns. So as down as we feel about the Warriors, they're not out of this by any means.
No, not at all. It's a very outside the top 3 teams.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, even if you want to look at the 5 seed Lakers and the 6 seed Clippers, they're only like the Warriors are only 4 games back of both of them. So, like, it's the you're within range. You can make a jump. You can still turn it around. The trade deadline is coming up. It's not too far away. We've already had a couple of moves happening. People are still trying to figure out what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler, who has been suspended indefinitely as of today. They told him he was going to be benched, and then he just kind of left the floor. And I think that's the last the Miami has seen of him.
It's crazy.
So
like I know, not Spoelstra. I know Pat Riley is like, he's known to be kind of a dick. Let's be honest, but
yeah,
he's just, now they're just fucking toying with each other all the way through. Both of them. I mean, I'm not gonna say Butler's absolved. He's also an a-hole in his own right, but God, man, I'm really glad the Warriors didn't try to make a trade for that. I do not want that headache on this team, unfortunately. I want nothing to do with that.
I think it would be fine for about half a year. and then starting next year would be where the problems may start.
Well, he said that he wants to go to a team and then that be his team for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But he said specifically, and I mentioned not Memphis. And Memphis is like, why you say fuck me for?
He's like, what did I do, man? What was that in Waiting? Dane Cook going, what the fuck did I do? The guy gives him the goat. Anyway. Oh Lord.
Great movie.
Yeah, this is the movie review podcast where we talk about random parts of movies. Anyway. So it's time to turn it around. You got the All-Star game coming up in just a couple weeks now, and the All-Star game is here at Chase Center in San Francisco. So now's the time. If they don't turn it around in the next couple of weeks, I would say before All-Star break, I would love to see them above 500. Start playing better now. Heading in, and then you start to feel a little bit good going into the All-Star break. I don't even care if they're still in the 11th seed as long as they're above 500. I
think this is exactly what Adam Silver wants, by the way. I mean, while we as fans feel like it's, turmoil here because it kind of does feel like it, but at the end of the day, he's got a really close race in the West. I don't think the East is that close, but certainly in the West, it's going to come down to like the last week or two of the season. For sure. Yeah.
So the Thunder are running away with the 1 seed. But then you have the Rockets and the Grizzlies are statistically tied for second and third. The Nuggets are 2.5 back of them. And then you got the Lakers and the Clippers statistically tied for fifth and sixth at 11 games back of the Thunder. So just a couple games back of the Nuggets. And then we talked about the play-in tournament. There's one game separating 7 through 10. So
what is the East look like? It's close. Just Boston, right?
So in the East, you have the Cavaliers are the 1 seed.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Boston is 4.5 back of them. The Knicks are 2 games back of the Celtics in the 3, and then you drop all the way down to the Bucks in the 4 seed. They're 3.5 back of the Knicks. The Pacers are only 1 behind the Bucks, and then the Pistons are just 2 games back of the Pacers in the 6 seed.
So there's some parity there. So it's gonna each conference or East and West is gonna come down to the last few weeks.
Right. Yeah. So then and for their play-in tournament, the Magic are statistically tied with the Pistons. The Heat are just a half game back, and then the Hawks are in the 9 seed, just a half game back of them. And then the Bulls and the Sixers are kind of, playing slap fight for the 10 seed right now. There's a game separating them, but they're both significantly under 500. So
gotcha.
And then we don't worry about the Nets, Raptors, Hornets, and Wizards.
Yeah.
The Wizards only have 6 wins on the season, so it could be a lot worse.
Wow.
It could be
a Jordan pullback.
Oh no, not with that albatross of a contract. I'm glad we were able to get rid of that contract, man. I don't, him, the player, I'm sure sad to, he could have played a lot better with the Warriors, I think. But God, that contract, I can't believe we signed him to that. And I still can't believe we got rid of it. I'm astonished that happened. I can't believe it. Like, God damn, that's some fucking wizardry to make that happen. Anyway, there is one massive WNBA trade that happened. We talked about it before. Jewel Lloyd was looking to get out of Seattle. It finally happened. She's going to Las Vegas Aces.
Boo.
And yeah, boo. And this ends up being a 3-team trade to make it all work. So the Aces then send Kelsey Plum to the Los Angeles Sparks, and the Seattle Storm ends up getting the number 2 draft pick that the Sparks had. So, and then there's like a couple of draft picks and another.
Well, there goes our point guard for the Valkyrie.
Well, no, I mean we got Kate Martin. So I mean she's no Kelsey Plum, but it'll be she's a second year player. Has a chance to really grow and could be the star. Could be a star. We'll see. She's best friends with Caitlin Clark in college, so that's kind of why people at least are familiar with her to start. But has a chance to really make a name of her own here, and just from the ground up. And she Nikasi, the head coach, probably had a hand in picking Kate Martin. So they were working together in Las Vegas. And so she maybe sees something there.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
That's something to look forward to at least.
I'm just hoping the Valkyrie trade up to that number 1 spot. That's what we really need to do.
Yeah, I would sell the farm. What do you have to lose?
Yeah, would be nice. It would be nice. It really would. But we'll see. I wonder who's going to be there at 5.
It's going to be that center. It's going to be that center from UCLA. I'm still marking my words on it. Yes,
okay.
It's going to be her.
All right. Cool.